Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting stream on the Just Baseball Network. It is Tuesday, July 18th, and yesterday I was your least favorite gambler. Today, after yesterday, I might be your favorite. Not particularly because we did miss our prize picks entry, but how about them Rangers? How about a ball bouncing in our direction for once, for just once? I know people are going to say, well, Peter, you got all the lucky bounces last year, and this year they ain't bouncing your way. I kind of agree with you. It is variance. But I had a good time yesterday. People were saying you can't celebrate, not until we're back. And I agree. I'm not out here to say, I'm back. I'm about to go on the biggest heater that's ever been. But damn it, I'm happy about yesterday. Felt good. I know a lot of people tailing this entire year. I know they felt good too. All right. We got to be able to celebrate the wins. Even though, people are calling it a little bit fluky. The Rangers had so many chances with runners in scoring position in the 8th and the 9th inning and then they finally got it in the 9th. But we'll talk about it on the recap. Big stream today. We're doing a $50 giveaway. And you're probably wondering, well, why? First, I said yesterday that if Jeimer Candelario comes up left-handed, because that's what Mid-Major Matt was talking about with his Nationals bet. By the way, he hit his 3-unit bet. Hopefully you guys tailed that. I said I would give away $100 on stream. Now, of course he didn't, because it was idiotic of Matt to even think that. I hope Matt's listening right now. But he did hit a home run. And only 1 unit. He coerced me into saying, well, will you at least give away 50? So yes, we will. I will give away $50 at the end of the stream. I kind of want to do a duck race. What that Trent's been doing. Those are electric. Or we'll figure out some way to pick a winner at the end of the stream. I'll give away $50 to a subscriber of this Twitch channel. I want to give back to all the great people who have supported us. So that's what we'll do at the end of the stream. And of course, this is brought to you by the Pikkit Sports App, right? Make sure to download, people. I say it all the time because you should. The best app for bet tracking, no doubt about it. But number 2, if you download it and sync your sportsbook using code PETER, you will get entered into a raffle to win anywhere from $3 to $100. Now today, my 2 favorite MLB picks, technically 2 in the same game, but they're both kind of related to each other. You can pick which one you want or tail both. It's up to you. We'll talk about it. Didn't have a prize picks entry today, me personally, but we're going to do a community entry, right? We got 25 different picks. We got Gino coming on, Krabs, Javon, DeGen. Who else we got coming on today, producer Cohen? We got a lot of different people. We got Jake Hazen, Mid-Major, Krabs, Aram. We got picks from Ben, but he can't make it. Shout out Ben. Just had a new child. Here it's going well. So he said he couldn't make the stream. And Jake Hazen said he's not built for the grind. Kind of believe with Jake. But we're also wishing Ben the best with his new kid. Hopefully he's listening. Shout out you, Ben Carey, half of Capwise. Wish we could get Nick on. He didn't have a kid. Whereas he has no excuse. But regardless, we're going to have a great stream today. Because again, I'm going to give you my picks. We're going to do home run, right? Stinger Tuesday. We got to pick a home run guy. And then, because Christopher Morel, I don't think he hit a home run yesterday. Of course he didn't. But we're going to pick one today. Community prize picks, 25 different picks. And then, of course, we'll do the giveaway at the end. It's a loaded show. But let's do a quick recap of yesterday. How about it? Come on. Also, I was up 0.85 units. Come on, Henry. I love you, Henry, but I was up 0.85. That's a 1 unit to win 1.05 units. Come on, Henry. I need those 0.05. I need them, Henry. And everyone's saying it's rigged. I'm getting it rigged against me. All right? So add 0.05 to that 2.81 or 2.61, whatever that says on the screen. Add it. I need it badly. All right? Because as you remember, if you want to subscribe, right, not only will you get entered in the $50 giveaway at the end of the stream, but at the end, remember, this is a competition tracked on the Pikkit Sports app. Whoever ends the season with the most amount of units will be going to the World Series, courtesy of us. And the reason why I say subscribe is if I end up winning, a subscriber of this Twitch channel is going to the World Series. 2 tickets on us. If I finish second, $500 cash prize to a subscriber of this Twitch channel. And in case someone else wins, they'll be getting it. But if you believe in your boy, which I do, hit us with a subscribe. All right. G-Dog subbing with Prime. MDWII 40 subbing. Had a baby. Thank you, everybody. Much love. Literally hate money if you don't fade Krabs baseball plays. Can we relax, please? Can we relax? Squad ride. Shout out the BTL squad ride Dodgers. He just didn't play it. I don't know what he's doing. I'm going to talk to him again on stream, and I'm going to make fun of him again, and I don't think he's ever going to learn. He literally gave out a winner yesterday and didn't play it on stream and decided to play one play and ended up losing. I don't understand that man, but damn it, I love him. All right. Staying so far away from the Pods Jays game now. I am also staying away, but I do want to say we hit the Rangers, but we didn't win our prize picks. Shane McClanahan, 6 strikeouts. 6. We had 5.5 lost on the hook. Stone Garrett, though, didn't matter. We lost the entry. But if you just played Stone Garrett with something else, 2 doubles, runs scored, I mean, that's when you want to play him, right? You want to play him on the road against lefties. Put that in your back pocket, right? Just put it in your back pocket. And I pointed at my head when I said your back pocket. You know what I mean. Yes, I want to show how the Rangers won. Yes, I do, producer Colin. I want to live in my wins for a second because I almost forgot what it was like to win a bet. I almost forgot what it was like. It was an electric feeling. I haven't felt that in fucking years. All right, let's see it. Wait, go full screen. People got to see it full screen. Full screen. Watch this. Little pass ball. Nice job, Bethencourt. Get home, Josh Smith. Josh H. Smith. Don't forget his middle name for some reason. Atta baby Rangers. Needed that. Because you knew Mitch Garver wasn't getting a hit there. You knew it. Was it Mitch Garver? I think it was Mitch Garver at the plate. You knew he wasn't getting a hit. Yeah, it's Mitch Garver. Get home! Get home! Oh, we needed that, ladies and gentlemen. How about an underdog, too? It's not like I just gave you minus 150, right? A lot of cappers out here are giving you minus 160, minus 150. I give you dogs and totals. The most I'm ever going to give you is minus 130, maybe. And I got a minus 130 bet today, and we're going to talk about it. All right? So, let's go to Cincinnati. Remember, this is not the end of Webb versus Williamson. And you're probably asking, well, Peter, you never play doubleheaders. And I know. It could end up biting me in the ass. But again, this isn't a doubleheader. They're just finishing the last game. But let me talk about it. And if you don't like it, don't play it. Right? But if you do like it, we have another pitcher returning from injury today, right? Anthony Desclafani. Yesterday, Shane McClanahan returning from injury. Looked pretty damn good, right? Looked fully rested. He did give up the home run, and we did win that game, though. So you can put another check named next to that, right? But he looked great. And there's always the chance that Desclafani looks rested, looks great, and we lose this bet. That's why it's called gambling. But at the end of the day, it's not gambling advice. But we know the drill. All right? We simply don't fade every pitcher coming back from injury, right? Edward Cabrera is returning back from injury today against the Cardinals. But it's just another edge in our favor, and I'll talk about all the different edges. And you guys are probably sick of hearing about Anthony Desclafani because I've faded him so many times this year. I don't think he's that good. Respect to him. He's had a good career. I don't think he's that good. He allows a lot of hard contact. So what I look for in pitchers, and you're probably used to it by now, expected ERA, Sierra, hard hit rate, strikeout rate, walk rate. That's the main 5 that I'm looking at when I'm evaluating a pitcher and whether I want to bet on him or not. Hard contact, 17th percentile. Gives up a lot of hard contact. Doesn't strike anybody out, 21st percentile. He does have an above average walk rate, well above average, below 5%. But that's going to be key here, and I'll talk about it later. But he doesn't, right? When we're talking about guys who give up hard contact, we talked about it yesterday. If you can give up hard contact, but a lot of it's on the ground, you can get away with it. Framber, Logan Webb, Bryce Elder, guys like that. He's got a average ground ball rate. What I think he is he is a below average stuff guy, below average back end starter who throws a lot of strikes to keep his team in games. Stuff plus, which is another right metric that I use, grades out stuff, which stuff is like your pitches, your fastball, your curveball, whatever. Stuff plus is 93, so he's a below average stuff guy. Pitching plus, which adds in your location plus, 98. And you might say, well, 98 seems good, right? 100 is average. 100 is not quite average because when you're thinking about it, like the best guys in baseball, they're like 112. So it's anywhere from like 80 to 112. So 98, like you're below average. He's just a below average pitcher. And before he went down with a shoulder injury on July 1st, he didn't look anything like he did in April and May. In June, 6.65 ERA, allowed 3 runs to the Mets in 3 innings before being taken out in his last start July 1st. Right? This season, 4.92 expected ERA, 4.32 SIERA. He allows so much contact and he rarely walks anyone with a team as fast as the Reds. And this is why I think it's key, right? Because they make a lot of contact. They're not the most patient bunch. They can be, but they're free swingers. They're getting after it. They're putting a lot of balls in play. On top of the regular hits that we should see, I think we're going to see a lot of infield hits. And hopefully we see the frickin' dong from Elly De La Cruz today. It would be electric. The more people on base for the Reds, the better. Now, Luke Weaver isn't that good either. But he's not much worse than DeSclafani. His peripherals are worse. Like, he's a worse pitcher, but he's not that much worse. Sitting with a 5.62 expected ERA and a 4.87 SIERA. He does have a lower hard hit rate than DeSclafani, similar strikeout rate. Both back-end starters that I don't really have confidence in either of them. That said, there's not a major edge here. That's what I'm looking at. Are they that much different? Weaver even has a better stuff plus and pitching plus. Stuff plus 94, pitching plus 99. DeSclafani owns peripherals. Weaver owns stuff metrics. Strikeout rate's similar, but DeSclafani doesn't walk anyone. That's why he's a better pitcher. But, like, come on. Weaver has also faced these Giants hitters before, which you could say, well, they've seen him before. But over 51 plate appearances against the Giants' current roster, 167 opponent batting average, a 299 xWOB, and a 332 expected slug. He kept the contact quality extremely low while striking out 31.4% of hitters the last time he faced these guys. Do I expect him to dominate? No. But can he be moderately effective against a subpar Giants offense? I think he can. The Reds offense, so we talked about the starting pitchers. The edge is DeSclafani, but he's coming back from injury, and it's not that big of an edge. Now, when we talk about offense, the Reds offense is better. Since June 6th, which is a key date for the Reds, Elly De La Cruz got called up. The Reds have a 108 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, tied with the Red Sox for 12th in that span. The Giants against right-handed pitching since that date, 94 WRC plus, tied for 22nd with the Marlins. Now, that date has no real significance to the Giants, right? Because they didn't get Elly De La Cruz to get called up. So looking back over the full season, 103 WRC plus against righties, but a lot of that came early. They're pretty solid, but they're not as good as the Reds. The bullpen advantage now leans towards the Giants, right? But we'll have to see how it's managed after a 2-2 game is played. We're still only a few games out of the break, so most arms are going to be available. In terms of production, the bullpen's ranked 10th and 11th in ERA, just from production. Now, moving forward, you're going to want to back the Giants' bullpen, right? But in a one-game sample, let's see. The model likes the Reds today. They have them as minus 118 favorites, right? Very similar to the Rangers yesterday. That's a stretch. I would have them closer to plus 100 in this game. They just shouldn't be plus 120, right? So we're looking for a little bit of value here. I think basically it's an overreaction to the Reds getting swept by the Brewers, the Giants beating up on the Pirates, and Weaver having a 7 ERA. Right now, that game's going to start at 5:40-ish. They're keeping it close with Logan Webb against Brendan Williamson. The Reds are better. They're at home, and at the time I wrote my article, betting splits, it was about 47% of tickets on the Reds, 67% of the money. And the Reds' money line came down from plus 125 to plus 120. I think now we're seeing plus 115. I would still take it at plus 115, no doubt about it, right? I just think it's very close in this game. That's why I think it should be closer to like a pick'em. Not a pick'em. The Reds should be slight dogs because there's always the chance that Weaver is terrible. But if DeSclafani wasn't returning back from an injury, probably plus 105. I give a 5-cent boost to the Reds. That's a plus 100 line, in my opinion. Now, you could disagree and you could not play the Reds. But I'm taking the underdog at home here. I think the Reds win this one. Give me Reds plus 120, 1 unit to win 1.2 units. Okay? Game number 2. Now, we've seen some line movement in this game, which, awesome, right? I know a lot of people in this chat. Now, do they care about line movement? My guy, Peter, really is the perfect podcast voice. It's hard not to tell Flo so well. Well, be careful. Be careful. That's always been my calling card. I do sound good, but it's about producing results. All right. You got to look into it, but I'm trying to give you the full scope, right? Because it's an underdog. It's not a lock. It's a plus 120 dog with a guy with a 7 ERA. Let's see what happens. But I like it. and I'm on it. Minnesota Twins versus Seattle Mariners at 9:40 p.m. Eastern. The pitching matchup is Bailey Ober versus Brian Wu. You fucking with the Wu? All right, now we got that out of the way. Kind of cringy, but I am fucking with the Wu. We're zigzagging here on the total. I saw a lot of people, maybe you didn't, I saw a lot of smart people got burned on this exact total. Not even just sharps, but public bettors. Just a lot of money was on this total. I was even thinking about betting on the under yesterday because I got stayed off. It was so public. A lot of people, I think, got burned yesterday on an under 7.5 with Logan Gilbert versus Sonny Gray. Ended on 13 runs, 7-6 win by the Mariners. I am kicking myself because I also wanted to bet the Mariners. I said that on stream. Damn it. But it was a little bit too juicy. And sometimes, you know what I say? I've done that before where I say, I want to bet this team. They lose. Would have lost a bunch of juice. Shit happens. But they posted the same total with less notable pitchers, right? You look at ERAs, very similar, right? Gilbert, Gray, but more people know those guys. Same total with less notable pitchers, though? Let's talk about it. At this point, my obsession with Brian Wu is borderline obsessive, honestly. I just love this kid. I think he has one of the best fastballs in the game. Let's just watch some highlights. Track. Like, that is not a swing. That's just a good slider. Watch this. I mean, that is disgusting. I mean, that's Bayou. Well, watch this. I mean, dude, he's good. We're big fans of him over at Just Baseball. Shout out Arm Layton. I remember when he pitched against the Yankees, just shoved it down our necks. This guy I think he's special. I think he's got something. All right? But then we have Bailey Ober on the other side. Who I like Bailey Ober. Now, you look at his peripherals, and we'll talk about it in a bit. Look at Bailey Ober. That's nasty, too. Shout out Correa. Look at that pick. I mean, that's nasty. Brian Wu hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in a start since June 3rd against the Rangers. He's rocking a 2.78 expected ERA and a 3.27 SIERA to accompany his 3.63 ERA. So his 3.63 ERA isn't even doing him complete justice, right? And he's also got a great matchup against this Twins team. While the Twins sit in their better split against right-handers, they struggle against high-velocity pitchers. The offense has been better against the A's, but they haven't faced someone with stuff like Brian Wu in a while. Now, Wu, what he's going to do is he's going to spam the Twins with fastballs and sinkers with plenty of life. And the Twins, they rank in the bottom 10 this season against both fastballs and sinkers. They just suck. Now, the Twins, overall against righties, pretty good, 105 WRC+. But they have a major issue. They strike out a lot. They're rocking a 27% K rate, the highest in the league against right-handed pitching this entire season. They're going up against a pitcher with a 30.5% strikeout rate, putting him in the 88th percentile, one of the best in the league. Now, don't tell anyone. I don't want anyone to clip this. But I think he's better than Logan Gilbert. Who allowed 2 runs in 5 innings to the Twins yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I'm borderline obsessed with him. But I'm also a Bailey Ober guy. He's not nearly as exciting as Brian Wu because he doesn't throw these frisbee 4-seamers at everybody's neck. But he's been more productive than Brian Wu has this year. Now, peripherals. Ober has always outperformed his peripherals. Now, it's early in his career, but we have a full track record of him just doing so every year. And why? Right? Why does he do that? That's why I think stats are important, but there's context behind it all. Picking the ball out of this dude's hand is tough. He's an enormous human being. He's 6'9", and he's in the 99th percentile of extension and the 93rd percentile of chase rate. It's just hard to pick it out of his hand. And still, 3.61 expected ERA and 4.07 SIERA, right? But his 4.71 expected ERA last season didn't agree with his 2022 ERA of 3.21 either. There are just guys who are going to outperform peripherals. And I'm willing to bet that Bailey Ober will continue to do that this entire season. That's why I still weirdly believe in the Twins. That's why our Guardians ticket, to win the division, I'm still not sold on because I believe in the Twins pitching. It's just, can they hit? Right? So Bailey Ober is above average in every metric that I care about. 88th percentile in walk rate, 60th percentile in strikeout rate, 81st percentile in hard hit rate. Just a really good guy. Now, the Mariners continue to not be a very good offense, which kills me as a Mariners truther. They have a 99 WRC plus against right-handed pitching and are only second to the Twins in strikeout rate against righties at 25.2%. Now, Bailey has faced the Mariners bats before, and it went well for the big old righty. Small sample, 27 plate appearances, held them to a 185 opponent batting average, 253 xWOBA, 392 expected slug. Now, I love both starting pitchers. That's why you're seeing me on this first 5 under here, right? But I kind of want to spread it out. Thinking back on this, I should have bet on the frickin' just first 5 because that's my favorite bet in this game. But I'm willing to be hurt by you, Rocco Baldelli. I know him well at this point. And I think people who have been along this train know him well too. He's only going to throw his best arms if it's close, right? He just doesn't throw them if it's not close. And the way the bullpens have been used so far, we will get the best if the game is close. Now, if we lose the bet, which has happened before and it's going to happen again, they're not going to use them anyway and we lose. But that's how my brain believes that the game is going to go. We also have the luxury of watching this at one of the best pitching parks in baseball, T-Mobile. We also have 9 to 10 mile an hour wind projected blowing in, which should help the pitchers even more. It's just going to be tough for bats tonight. Now, the model, Ballpark Pal, has this total at 3.8 through the first 5 and 6.5 through the full game. So it loves it even more than I do. I agree with the first 5. I think 3.8 is like where it should be. I have the full game capped at 7, right? So I'm on both sides. And at the time I was writing this, 44% of tickets, 60% of the money on the under. Again, just small edges, right, that we're going to pile up. I'm also on the under. So am I smart money? Yeah. Cohen, am I smart money?
Genius money.
He called me genius money. I'll take genius money. Let's say moderately intelligent money. Moderately intelligent money. I'm in. Give me the under in both halves. Now, I would still take 4 in the first 5. No doubt about it. Still my favorite play. Right? No doubt. Would take 4. Played at minus, what is it right now? Let's go to BetMGM and let's just give it a look. Because we got people in queue and I want to start getting to people. We still got a couple of minutes, so I just want to check where it is currently right now on BetMGM. All right, so we're seeing 7 at plus 100 towards the under. Still coming down a little bit, which is good to see, but I don't even fucking trust anything. The under 4 is now minus 120. I have 4.5 at minus 130. Keep it to a unit, right? Keep it to a unit. If I was looking at this right now and this is what I saw, you know what? I love this under. I would still play minus 120. So I would put 0.6 units on under 4 at minus 120. And I would put 0.5 units. So you're actually risking less than I did. But you have the possibility of a push, right? Could land on 4, then 7, and you push and you don't lose. Could just lose. Like, right, it lands on 5, then it lands on 8. We both lose anyway, and you're actually risking less. So I would put 0.6 units on the first 5 under 4 at minus 120. And then I would put 0.5 units at plus 100. It's a good line. At 0.5 units to win 0.5 units. You're actually getting better odds than I am, but a worse line. So that's how I would play this. All right. Pete said Logan Gilbert, then hid behind the mic because I'm kind of scared of that. One out the first 500 Trusty Sirs. I am on both. As you can see, Mookie. I'm on the first 5 under. No doubt about it. That's the biggest play for me. But I also just put 0.5. And I said when I was talking, I was like, I'm kicking myself. I would put, looking back, I should have just put it on the first 500. But I decided to spread it out because I do trust the Mariners bullpen. I do think the Mariners are going to win. I'm willing to go with the full game under. I know it's going to bite me in the ass, though. I just know it. But it is good that both totals are coming down. So after a game with 13 runs with more notable starting pitchers, give me the under. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk home runs quickly. Because I have a guy who I have in mind, and I'm hoping that he's on here. Yes. Wow, he's number 1. I always like to get kind of my leans, and then I don't look at this until stream. I think Luis Robert's going to hit a home run. I really do. I really, really do. What are his odds? I think he's got a prime matchup with Carlos Carrasco. prime matchup. This is where he eats. This is where he eats. What is his home run odds? Where are you? Where are you? Home runs. Oscar Colas, Marte, Zavala, Pham, Lindor, Beatty, Anderson, Luis Robert plus 360. That's my home run pick. If you think Mariners going to win, the game's going over because of Rocco. No, I mean, I think Brian Wu legit throws a shutout. Why aren't his odds too great? I mean, not everything, ladies and gentlemen, is a conspiracy theory. We're taught to think that, and we only take weird odds. And I would ask yourself, are you hitting all of those weird odd home run bets? Are you? Are you? Yeah. All right, so Luis Robert is my home run bet. Let's go to Gino from Bet Openly. So Gino and I talked on the phone this morning because the GOAT, Gino from Bet Openly, which you're muted, by the way, what he loves to do is he drops everything on us. He goes, I have 30 plays today. You decide. And he's a GOAT. And I love talking betting with him. Love talking baseball. We'll be on the phone constantly during the NFL season. And we got all your picks. And we're doing a community prize picks entry today. So we'll talk about your props at the end.
I want to lead off. I'm leading off.
Leading off. Gino, welcome to the fucking show. Let's go.
Before we start feeding, and we're going to feed a lot, I'm so glad you said not everything's a conspiracy theory. I promise y'all, I don't like shitting on anyone that makes content. But the trend right now on TikTok that gets a lot of likes is the don't fall for this trap. You guys, trap lines exist. They're like once or twice a week.
I was just about to say that. I was like they might be 3 times a week where Vegas is opening up a trap. Like Luis Robert being plus 360 instead of plus 2. Like that's not a trap. If you think he's going to hit a home run, bet him.
Guys, Vegas gets them inside. They see the public heavy and they'll let things hold up. But
yes,
can you just tell? Like I don't know a good analogy for this, but if everything's a trap, then nothing's a trap. And
that's a good quote. I like that.
Everything is everything. Guys, you're going to go broke if you think everything's a trap. You're going to end up betting the shittiest lines because you're waiting for bad lines. Don't make sense.
I agree. Like everyone's like, oh, that's public. Oh, that's whatever. I'm like, I make my bets at 11 p.m. the night before. I go based on my numbers, and I don't know the public or sharp betting percentages. Like in the morning, I'll point to them and be like, this is a good sign.
Agreed,
but and then like I was on the Rangers yesterday, and I have people in my comments being like, oh, you got so lucky. Like 70% of money was on the Rangers. Like it came in late and they won. Like I bet it at 11 p.m. So, I don't know what to tell you.
I got to ask you, do you have a lean on the Padres at Toronto?
Terrified of that game. That game's a trap. No, I was kidding.
That's the trap.
No, but here's my actual analysis of the Padres game. Okay. Here's the analysis of the Padres game.
I want to hear it.
So Alek Manoah is a guy who famously from Javon, shout out Javon, by the way, one of the great takes of the offseason, took his over ERA on Prize Picks as a full season, was like, talked about all these different things. And I was like, I'm just scared. I think it's going to be around that number. I agree he's going to regress. I was fully with him, but I was like, pretty high line. He ends up going to the complex league. I watched him. I was on the Tigers with Alex Faedo against Alek Manoah. And I was on the plane and I'm watching the game and I'm like, he looks different.
I had his over Ks in that game. I don't think what did he go, 0.1?
Yeah, I don't know. But regardless, I'm just talking. He sped up his windup. He looked thinner.
Yeah.
I think that actually helped him. Now, do I think the Padres win? Maybe. But it's kind of like everyone's asking about Dodgers-Orioles yesterday. Grayson Rodriguez coming back up from the minor leagues. Emmett Sheehan, we haven't seen a lot of him. And I was like, I just don't want to get involved. I need to watch more before I have an opinion on it. Same thing with this Padres-Blue Jays game.
Why you got to kick me when I'm down? Baltimore.
No, it should have, like, that's just my opinion. I'm Baltimore not blaming any.
Yeah. Baltimore minus 110 was my play of the day.
That's just how I bet baseball. I need to see more from guys who are really up in the air before I bet.
So I'm really proud right now that I gave out Padres at plus 100 when it opened yesterday. I said, guys, this is priced wrong. I don't care if I'm getting trapped. They can have my money.
Yeah.
And it's minus 130 right now. So anytime I get 33 CLV, I'm chilling. But
Let's talk about it. Let's start with the Padres money line.
Yeah, I would just say, like, if you can get Padres money line, if you give me a far superior pitcher, right? In my opinion, you're getting them cheap because they're traveling across the country. Now, at -130, I would move it to a half a unit. So this is what I said to Pete, and I want to say it publicly and privately.
Yeah.
All you listening, Pete gives a shit about you. A lot of these hosts don't.
A lot.
What I said to him was, I shower him with all my plays. He's making fun of me, but it's a professional making fun of.
Yeah.
But I said, let's stop doing that. Let's actually only give out the plays that the lines that you all can get while we're on the phone. Because how great is it to listen to me tell you I got better lines than odds? It's not. So, but that changes things. I still like the Padres. I still like Manoah in this position, and I still like getting him cheap for flying across the country. So the unfortunate difference is, instead of a unit and a half, I'm just telling y'all to go with a half a unit.
Yeah, and just to add on to Gino's point, I care a lot about you guys, and it keeps me up at night because my only goal is to make all of us money so we can celebrate together. That's it. Like, that is all I care about. So when we were creating this show, we were going back and forth because it's like lines move constantly, right?
Yep.
We all know this. If you've been betting for a long time, you know that. So, and I was like, well, like, for example, I make my picks the night before. I send them out to my subscribers. Gino does a very similar thing. It's in the morning. We try and beat lines. Yep. We're going to beat more than I think we don't. And that's how we are long-term profitable. So I was like, should we hurt the guys that are betting before, but then it hurts the viewers?
Yeah.
And I just didn't really know how to do it. So I was like, all right, we're just going to have a cutoff of lines, and like, we're going to talk about the games. And if you like the pitches, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of smart people on here, and they're more often not getting the better lines. It's hard. This is our first year doing the show. Yeah. I think we're just going to keep it. But like, we're going to be doing this show for a long time. We're going to do in the NFL. We're just learning and we're making changes. But the main goal of it is we just want to help you win. That's it. That's it.
As the old man in the room, but the better looking one, I just want to give some advice. There's not right and wrong, brother. It's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. It's just, there's give and take. If we give the lines early, you're rewarding the capper for hard work and their work, that's what you want to do. You're rewarding the people that are feeding. On the flip side, then the users get they get a little bit worse line. So don't stay up at night over that. Just realize everything has give and take, and you'll find a good balance. And we'll be back next year. We'll be better than this year, and what better means, we'll figure that out later.
Always a W, Gino. It's coming straight from Larry Beeman in chat. Let's get to play number 2.
Let's do it. So I got 3 different syndicate plays for you guys today, and they're all unders. And I'm not gonna lie, so any of you guys, if you ever are drunk and you're blindly betting, dogs and unders. I'm not saying that will make you money, but if you're ever wondering on a coin flip chance and you have no research, dogs and unders usually have a sliver more of value.
You know what's funny? Baseball this season has been the worst for underdogs in the last 15 seasons.
And I don't doubt it.
And I love betting underdogs, and I've been getting fucked.
Smart Money called me 3 hours ago, and he did all this research this morning. He pulled out every team, like Atlanta. You're up like 7 units if you bet Atlanta every game. Best record in baseball. Tampa Bay, you're only up 0.4 units, even with their second best record. So it's insane how good they're getting at capping, but we all knew this was coming. And that's why when I say things like unders, and don't blindly hammer that, I'm saying if you just had to shoot in the dark, but you got to be moving, guys. You got to be short-lived. You got to have systems that you like, ride them, and the second they cut you off, forget you ever had it. So the Yankees, Anaheim here. Under 9. This comes straight from the syndicate. I had this priced as the over-under should be 9.5. The reason you're getting a full unit and you're still getting the value I got, same bet, is the money is actually holding it up on the other side. But I will take me and the syndicates versus the money of the public, not sharp money. There's just more tickets and more money any day. So that's what's holding this one up.
So I am curious too, because you said you had a capped at 9.5, but you're going under.
Yeah. I'm sorry. 8.5.
Oh, 8.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I apologize. Thank you for.
And even so, we tried to get you the line of BetMGM by the time of show. Even at the time you were talking, it's now -115. Like, how are we supposed to? What are we supposed to do, people? I don't know.
It's a tough game.
It's a tough game.
It's a tough game.
All right, let's go to pick number 3. We got Toronto, San Diego under. Ooh.
So this one is arguably my favorite of the day. I don't like that you're paying minus 120, but that's just life these days.
And guess what? Now it's at 9 at plus 100.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And so just so you guys know, a half a point to me is worth more than 20 on the line. I price a half a point around 30, 35. People price them differently. So I would rather under 9.5 at minus 120 than under 9 at even. But again, your money, you got to make the decision. This is actually one of my favorite plays of the day. I just like how, first off, I like how this opened. I like how the line moved on the game. I like that I had San Diego, and I said San Diego, I think I said to our group, San Diego should be minus 120. I cannot believe it's plus 100. Please go out and bet this a day early. I bet baseball bets a day early, maybe once a week. So it makes me feel good when I'm getting people 30 points value. That said, the fact that it's under 9 means if I'm planning to win this bet, you're only pushing. So I still like it, guys. This is just one of those classics. We were looking at walk rate, strikeout rate. When we get into all the props after this, when we build you a prize picks, when I see little micro samples of what I like, when I see the books, prize picks, all of those DFS leaning in the direction on each individual player that's a key player in this game, that makes me feel better. And that's when I move a play from a half a unit to a unit. So to me, I think I said this officially. I might be wrong, but don't hold me to it. This game is going to end San Diego 5-3. I told my kids, don't touch it if it gets to 8.5. It's just not worth it. There's not enough room for error there, unless you're getting plus 120. So that's the furthest I would stretch you guys. 8.5 plus 120.
And the biggest play of the day. Oh, you got one more unit play.
One more. Yeah.
Here, we'll go through these a little bit more quickly just because we got a bunch of people in queue.
We'll go fast. People hate on my Italian brother. What is it? Giuliotto? Am I pronouncing it right? Giolito. People hate on the homie. So I believe I went back and did this math, but I don't have it on the tip of my fingers. There's a lot of value on this guy's unders because the amount of disrespect this guy gets publicly. So
I'm kind of one of them, to be honest.
That's okay.
Kind of on me. It's kind of on me.
You know more about baseball than me, and that's a fact.
He's just so inconsistent, but he's been great this year, but he's bad the year before. It's just continue.
I just see him cheap on unders. So to make it quick on everyone, I got this one cheap. I got it a little better. I think I got it at 115, but we're being honest with you guys. I'm still betting it. My official play for the official record is minus 125, and I'm okay with it. This game is going to be a little cuter, though. It's going to be like a 4-3, 5-2. I don't see more than 7 in this one. I think he shoves. I actually liked a lot of ladder stuff with his Ks and stuff, but that's a totally different story. We'll get to that later.
All right, so the big play of the day. The dog for 1.5 units.
So, again, Pete cares about you. I don't. No, I'm just playing. I gave this out at a little bit better. So I would tell you I have a 1.5 units on the Diamondbacks winning. My line was a little different, so I don't have a problem with y'all slashing this down a little. But I'm officially putting in a 1.5 units at plus 155 for the contest. But I would argue the value now is in the 1 unit, half a unit range. I just like closing line value. I love when I beat the books. I know it's going to sound different to some of you. Half of the game for me is beating the books on their line, and the other half is the bet winning. I'm that old. I'm that conservative. I have my bankroll over there. I am happy that I beat the books on D-backs. I'm happy that I beat them on the Padres. I'll be more happy when the bets win, but I am happy twice today. I feel like I am better than $1 billion company. So I hope that's helpful. I would reduce this one a little, but I will officially have a 1.5 units. It is my play of the day when it was paying a little higher.
Yeah, I have a CLV. My relationship is like the ex-girlfriend who like you always still have a crush on, but you kind of hate.
Yeah,
that's my relationship with CLV because I'm almost at the level of the entirety of last year beating closing lines, and it's July. And at this point, I was up about 22 units last year. This year, I'm down 5.
Let's feed the conspiracy theorists for a second. It's fun. It's fun to do. I kicked the shit out of the closing line value yesterday on Cleveland, over-under. I had the under in Pitt, and Baltimore. When I beat it that bad, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I start to say, oh, man, the fix is coming in. The call's coming. I got too many people on Baltimore. I got too many people on this under. I literally, even though it was 4-0 after 5 and I had like a 93% chance to win the under, I was like, that ain't done till it's done. It lost. And then I had Baltimore. They were up 4-1. I almost live bet the Dodgers just to be a little bitch. And then I got scared and walked away. So that's the only time I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, I don't like beating it too much. I like beating it by just a little.
Perfect. So we just gotta move on at this point.
Yeah. Let me give you one more Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
First 5 plus a half, if y'all have it, but we'll move forward.
Perfect.
I really like that bet. First 5 plus a half. You should be able to get plus 20, 125, something like that.
Okay. Perfect. Do we have that tracked for Gino? I think because I guess it wasn't tracked in the competition because I guess you didn't answer whether it's plus half, but people, if you like plus half.
I like that play better now. The plus half, first 5, plus 120 something. But again, don't worry about the competition. We'll pump through. Perfect.
And favorite prop of the day for Prize Picks.
So let's again. You gotta remember. You gotta spoon feed me. The old man doesn't know how to play by the rules.
So just your favorite prop of the day.
I would say Tariq, Scooble, Detroit, over on Case. Whatever number, I'm laddering that. I'm getting nasty on it. But you tell me with
5.5 Ks.
That's what I got.
Bam.
That is the one of the day.
Thank you, Gino. We're going to move on to Degen, but again, just classic Gino, just feeding the kids. Thanks, my friend.
Love you, brother. Have a good day.
Love you too, man. Talk to you. Degen. Oh, goats are muted.
It's the second time that's happened. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, just back-to-back, just old dudes trying to get in stream.
Not good. Yeah, I'm not like tech savvy, but I always have my mic on. And yesterday I went 0-2, so that's already off to a bad start.
Well, you never know because you said the bet is not voided. So if we get some extra innings and it ends up going over the total,
fuck that. I hope it is voided. I just checked BetMGM like an hour ago. It's still pending. So no, that's probably a loser. Which is interesting because I didn't see your place today, but I tuned in for a minute. I had to go to the dentist. I heard you start to talk about the Giants and Reds. Are you on that over?
I'm on the Reds money line.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say if the game 1 over doesn't come through, I'm not playing it, but that'll probably be the 10.5 to 11. That'll probably be the one that soars.
All right. Let's also I'm on Rangers minus 4.5 today, laddered up against the Rays.
Oh, that should pay. That should pay. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you right now.
We both won yesterday.
We both won. That's what I wanted to tell you. Rays first 5 cashed, and then of course Shane did his thing in the 6. And you know what? At the end of the day, a win's a win. So
just felt so good to win one, my guy. Just felt so good to win one. I've been fucking cold as shit. I needed it.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. We're talking about favorite Prize Picks. Actually, I'll wait till the end. Let's go in order.
Let's talk D-backs.
I thought I was going to be. I was doing my stream this morning, and something just started speaking to me. The snake started speaking to me, and wow. I don't know. I thought I was going to be the only guy on the planet taking the D-backs today. And here I saw, obviously, in the contest, and our
producer Cohen is just being like, "Oh no, everyone's on the D-backs today."
Is that really the case?
I don't know. Gino, Ben, Degen. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, honestly, I'm
smart guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll wait to see what happens in 4 hours, but I was shocked. I hope I'm not getting duped here, fading Bryce Elder. Nobody really likes Bryce Elder. I know Phil Zutley, who I really like and respect. He keeps saying he's like the Martin Perez of this year, and he warned me last year. He said, "DJ, Martin Perez steals coins. Stop fading him. Stop fading him." I have stopped fading Martin Perez. Now he says Elder's the guy. People keep saying Elder's due for regression. I think it hit a little bit against Tampa, but that was also kind of a funky game. It was right
also Tampa.
Well, yeah, but,
at home,
right? But the Rays bats have not been great lately. But also that was the Braves had won the first 2 in that series. It was right before the break. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of giving the benefit of the doubt to Elder. I'm not here to say fade Elder necessarily, because on the flip side, I think it's kind of a wash. Nobody likes Zach Davies, and props to you. You called out the last Zach Davies legacy game, the no-hitter through 7 innings against the Rays. But I don't know, man. I mean, I know the D-backs have been they were a pretty popular team in the offseason. They've done very well in the first half. I've heard kind of people on both sides expecting them to regress or stay strong in the second half of the season. They came out, they got swept against the Blue Jays. But I just think the fact that the Braves are at home, they're rested, both teams have a day off, but they just lost a series to the White Sox. this to me just feels like such an obvious bounce back spot for the Braves. And, I like that the D-backs, the offense was pretty lackluster in Toronto until the end of that game. They woke up, they found some runs. They almost covered the run line. I think they ended up losing 7-5.
Yep.
But I was going to play the D-backs team total here. I like the over. Sorry if you hear my dog squeaky. That's okay. It's 10 to 10.5. I like runs. But again, your little voice in my head keeps telling me, the Corbin, the line's always going to move up. Maybe that's the same case with the Elder. So I'm trying not to get duped. I decided I just want to be contrarian. I want to play the Diamondbacks. I think they got to come out hungry in the first game of this series. And again, I feel like it's a little bit of the contrarian play of obvious bounce back spot for the Braves against Davies. So I think the D-backs score some runs. Now, I hope I don't, have the right read and the wrong pick here. The D-backs score 6 runs, but the Braves score 10. But, I'm okay going with the run line here, -110. And I saw on FanDuel it's up to -120 now. So CLV, baby, let's just cash it. Let's cash it.
It already won. Congrats. Yeah. Congrats on your win. All right, let's go to play number 2.
Play number 2, Phillies -1.5. So kind of on the flip side, a heavy favorite that I think is a little too steep. The Braves -200. I
thought the same thing. I was like, the Brewers are going to be a popular dog today, and I'm like, that's a big old line. That's a big line. Huge
line. And listen, I know the people I think are underestimating how good the Phillies have been. I mean,
so good.
You zoom out and you look past the 35, 40 games. They've been a really good team.
One of the best.
So look, this is not trying to get too cheeky and I'm playing a heavy favorite. I'm dodging the juice on the run line, but I'm doing that because I like runs in this game. I think 9 to 9.5 with a guy like Nola on the mound. I always think when a higher, high total with an ace on the bump, I lean over, and I think these runs come from the Phillies. So again, how do I attack this? Well, I'm going to fade the Braves. The Braves just had, I think, 6 games against the Reds. They won 5 of them. I don't know if I said that. I meant the Brewers. I say the Braves. Yeah. The Brewers had obviously that big series, and they big brothered them. They won 5 of 6. So I think that was pretty emotional. I'm not going to say they're exhausted, right? Everybody's exhausted. It's a long season. They just had the break. But I think they come into.
We're just betting.
I'm fucking beat, dude. I'm spent. No, but I think it's a good spot for the Phillies, and I think that I think it's a bad spot for the Brewers, and I think the line is kind of telling me here that I don't necessarily know that we're going to get Nola, 7. We're not going to get the Zach Davies masterclass that you predict against the Rays, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs. I bet the Brewers probably score some, but I think the Phillies do too. So I think it's probably like a 9-3, 9-4 game. Give me the Phillies -1.5. And I went full game because my sources have told me, and by sources I mean, Phil's and whoever else is in this chat that's probably in my stream, the Phillies have the bullpen advantage, and the Brewers used their top guy in the last 3 games against the Reds.
Williams.
So even though he has a day off, it's not a lot. So that was my logic on going full game as opposed to first 5.
I like both picks so far, but let's see if pick number 3. Cool. Here we go. We're going back.
I'm going back to it.
I'm
going back to it. Listen, it sucks when I'm on here telling you I like the Rays first 5, but it's not an official play. It's the only fucking bet I hit last night. Actually, except your Yankees. I took your Yankees +1.5. Anyways, I'm going back to the Rays.
Nice job on my Yankees covering +1.5, but not fucking winning the game, and Aaron Boone not walking Ohtani. Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I was talking to Jovan about it. I was like, I just think the Yankees are going to fuck me. So I went, anyways, it doesn't matter. But I like road dogs on the run line if I can. If I like the under in the game, which I did. Anyways, Rays first 5 +0.5 because I'm soft. I think that it's interesting. Now I'm getting conflicting data here. I'm seeing on the Action Network app the consensus opener for this total is 8. I don't know what you saw because Jovan is telling me yesterday he saw 9. He saw the total at 9. I'm seeing it 8. Right now it's 8.5 and the over's juiced. The problem for me is I'm just going to say it's 8. Okay. That is suspicious to me because yesterday we had Dane Dunning and Shane McClanahan. It was 8.5 and it moved to 9. Now, everybody got burned. That was on the over. I did like the over. I didn't play it. I thought about it. So, typically in the second game of the series, if the read's there, I'll go back. But I don't think the read is there. I think that this total at 8 is pretty suspicious. And the reason why is because Taj Bradley and Nathan Eovaldi have already pitched against each other. And both pitchers allowed 4 earned runs. Taj did it through 3 2/3. Eovaldi did it, I think, through 4 innings. So combined, through 4 innings, they gave up 8 runs. And we just saw a total at 9 yesterday with Shane and Dane. Now we're seeing an 8, 8.5 with Eovaldi, who I know is very good, and Taj, who has not been very good and was not good against the Rangers. I think that's suspicious. So what I'm getting at in a long-winded way is I like the under. I like a tight game. And I actually think Taj Bradley, typically I favor the offense when they see a pitcher for the second time. I'm actually going to favor Taj Bradley a little bit. I'm trying not to be a biased Rays fan here, but I think Taj has got some stuff. I really like his stuff. He's young. He's going to be a project. I'm not saying he's the next best thing, but this guy can strike people out.
Yes, he
can get outs. He just gets shook, and I watched him closely against the Braves. He struck out 4 of the first 6 batters. Then he got up in the count for like the next 3 or 4 guys, 0-2, right? I think I'm saying that right. He got up in the count. These fuckers, Acuna, whoever else, fouled it off, base hit, double, and then a home run by that freaking catcher who's all world.
Sean
but anyways,
Murphy's such a beast.
Anyways, yeah, stud. So I think it's there for this guy. I like that he had the break. I think he's going to come and I think he's going to pitch well. So you could be saying to yourself, well, Dijon, why aren't you playing the under? Because I'll tell you why. I think the Rays bats wake up a little bit today. So that is why those are my 2 angles. That's why I'm leaning into Taj pitching well, the under potentially in the game. But I like the Rays offense. So I want to be careful. I don't want the Rays to somehow score 6 runs, which they have been doing. They get their runs earlier in the game, and then they go cold the next 6 innings. So I figured I'm going to play Tampa, and again, I'm doing it soft with the spread.
Fantastic. What I will say, just the final point before we get to your favorite Prize Picks play. Openers are tough. At least this is what I've noticed. Because, for example, my Twins Mariners under. BetMGM, it opens at 7.5 at -110. That's where I bet it. DraftKings, it opened up at 6.5 and went up to 7.5, then back down. Some books just open differently. So on Action Network, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, what they will do is they will post the lowest opener or highest, and then you see totals rising. So on DraftKings, it opened at 8. On BetMGM, it opened at 9 and went down to 8.5. People are saying, oh, it opened at 8 and went up, and there's a bunch of money on the under. There's different splits everywhere. That's why it's really tough, especially in baseball, because the handle is not nearly the size of NBA, of NFL. It's honestly similar to like hockey. There's just not that many people, especially right now in July. Like, people are outside. People are like touching grass. People are at the beach. Like, the handle on Twins Mariners, on Rays Rangers on the total is not nearly the size as Chiefs Jaguars on Thursday Night Football, right?
Great point.
So that's why I'm like, the openers, like, they bounce around. It's bet what you like. Like, you could follow that kind of stuff and it could be profitable, and I know people are, but like, it gets a little dicey. So favorite Prize Picks, and then we'll move on because we just got to get going here.
Yep. Favorite Prize Picks on that note, Taj Mahal Bradley over strikeouts, baby.
Taj Bradley over K's. Another great performance by you, Dijon. 3 winners. Taj Bradley over K's. Talk to you soon, my friend.
Take it easy. Good luck.
All right, my friend. Okay, who do we got in queue right there? Oh, we got Jake Hazen.
Hey, what's going on?
We got Jake Hazen. Ooh, just no beard, good lighting, leather chair.
We got a whole new setup here.
I might just blind tell you based on the setup.
Well, let's see how this goes. We got to get the picks up first.
Do
you like the pitches?
I do. Let's talk first play.
Guardians. Perfect. So let me pull this up here. I'm actually at my desk today, so I can actually pull up stats. So I got no excuse for bad cell drops anymore. So first, let's talk about Logan Allen. So Logan Allen is a reverse splits guy, and the pitches he's going to be throwing against righties today, I believe, are fastball and changeup. I got this pulled up right here. And I know the Pirates, they are a team that do not hit fastballs and changeups very well. So against fastballs, they are 20th, and against changeups, they are 28th. Not very good. Logan Allen's also a lefty, and against lefties, since June 18th, so last 30 days, they have a 70 WRC plus. And Randall will tip it as well. You know who's behind them for the worst team?
Who?
WRC plus against lefties?
Yankees.
Dude, the Rays was 65.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude,
Wow.
Yankees are, dude, we'll get to that later. Yankees have a 128 WRC plus against lefties last 30 days.
I just always go to the Yankees sucking. When you ask for who's last, I'm like, my Yankees probably in something.
So yeah, so the Pirates don't match up well with the pitch arsenal that Logan's going to be supplying today, as well as that they don't hit lefties very well. So I like Logan's matchup. I mean, the bullpen as of late, they're not too far apart. I do have the edge, the Guardians bullpen. I do have the edge with Guardians bats as well. So they're going against Mitch Keller today, who's obviously, I'm not going to lie, he's a better pitcher than Logan Allen, right? But it's always not that easy. Kind of get looking at the matchups. And the Cleveland Guardians, since at same time span, 120 WRC plus versus righties, which is like kind of crazy because even when they were doing really well last year, they only had the good WRC plus since they hit balls at like 10 miles per hour. So it's pretty impressive how well they rank against righties at this moment. And Mitch Keller, what he throws against lefties, because the Guardians is a team that are also going to really play the platoon pretty heavily here. I believe they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just seven lefties. So 2 teams that play platoon pretty heavily against this handness. And Mitch Keller, he's about, I think, a 3.38. It's actually pretty crazy. I think he has a 3.38 FIP against righties and lefties. So this guy is he just doesn't care what hand you are. But not too much difference comes to that. But he does throw a sinker and a sweeper and a cutter. And the Guardians actually hit all those pitches pretty dang well in this 2-month time span I have here. Against the sinking fastball, the Guardians rank. Sorry, you know how slow Fangraphs can be. It's a piece of shit website.
Well, I mean, you don't have to give us the exact numbers. Like, I know you know the pitch.
They're
like,
good.
just they're good. Yeah,
they're top 10 in about every single pitch arsenal that they'll be facing taking into Mitch Keller. Primary wise, I mean, we'll be seeing like a fastball like 15% of the time, or curveball like 4% of the time, but I'm not really accounting those. So, yeah, give me the Guardians money line. I say better pitching matchup today, not better pitcher, but I like the Logan Allen's matchup more. Better bats, better bullpen, and better team. So I think we're getting him cheap because Mitch Keller is obviously a really good pitcher. But outside of that, yeah, give me the Guards.
Good stuff. New York Yankees versus
Both
Los
teams,
Angeles.
Peter.
You and Gino are going head to head. He's on this under.
Really?
You're on the over. Tell us why.
Really? That's kind of shocking. Well, despite the Angels having absolutely, I just saw my tweet the other day, like, yeah, the Angels are poverty for not winning without a couple of key players, and it was like 6 other 9 starting players a month ago, in their starting lineup, and like 3 of their best 4 bullpen guys. But like, they're so poverty for not winning with Ohtani. Such a poverty team, dude. Such a poverty team. Like, they won 11 games over 500, but either there nor there. They are still hitting the piss out of the baseball. I know you're pumped, dude. Trey Cabbage is here, man. I've been waiting for this guy to get called up for so long. I don't know why they just never gave him the chance. I know he's
121 mile an hour ball hit in the minor leagues. That would be number one this year.
Dude, he had like a 150 WRC plus in AAA this year.
He's just like 26.
I know that's the issue, but like the kid is killed. I'm a kid, full-grown man. Is just destroying baseball. It's getting the chance. Look at him now. He's doing pretty well. Throwing at first. I'm just pumped, but that's part of it. But since Trout got hurt, they rank 4th in WRC plus against righties with 125.
Wow.
So, and Domingo Germán, I mean, this guy is just, nobody likes this guy. I don't like this guy. You don't like this guy. Who likes this guy, right?
Nobody.
And he's not very good as well. I don't have his numbers quite pulled up, but I can promise you his advanced metrics aren't the greatest in the world.
No, they're terrible.
And my boy, Patrick Sandoval. So Sandoval was a guy I was pretty low on coming into the season as an Angels fan. I mean, his outperformed a lot of stuff. And the Yankees, man, despite them being just so trash over this time span, and even like their pitch arsenal stats don't really match up with what Sandoval's doing, except for maybe the changeup. The Yankees against the changeup rank. They rank 11th, but just because their lefty-righty splits during this time span is absolutely insane. They're the 4th best team against lefties since May 18th with a 128 WRC plus. This team is just crushing lefties for some reason. I don't know how they do it with that lineup, but they just go out and do it. And Sandoval this year has just been not very good. A 4.49 xFIP, 4.45 xERA. It's just not going to pay the bills. And this Angels bullpen is injured. It's taxed. There's just nothing really good coming out of this unless we get 5 innings from Carlos Estevez. I don't really fear this bullpen at all, which that's not going to happen. Same for the Yankees bullpen, and pretty taxed as well. And I don't like both these pitchers, and both these lineups have a 125 plus WRC plus. That sounded weird, but against his handness. So I think this game honestly soars over.
We got more picks though. Let's keep going.
Got the prize picks.
Little prize picks entry.
So Willie Adames, he is no longer a sinker slider guy. It's kind of crazy. It's what he was all year last year. It's what made us, all the coin of the Willie Adames. But nowadays, he's heating back up. I had to take a little hiatus from Willie Adames because he was just like the worst shortstop of the MLB for a little bit. Not defensively. His defense was always good. He's like 90th percentile. That's above average, but his bat was just horrible. But in the month of July, how about a 967 OPS with 640 slug? People are saying he's back. People are saying he's back.
People are saying he's back.
People are saying he's back. And Aaron Nola, he is a primary. Is it fastball or sinker? Let's just talk about the curveball. I pull up that. So the curveball for Willie Adames is a pitch that he's been kind of getting all over this season against curveball. Some of his stats are a 308 batting average, 462 slug, an X slug of 422, and a 370 X Volba. So that's a pitch he's just kind of just smashing this season. And it is the sinker he's going to be seeing. And he still hits a sinker well. His sinker, he's got a 389 X Volba and a 500 X Volba against that pitch. So these are two pitches he's going to get. He gets a hold of. Aaron Nola is not much of a guy when it comes to walks. And Willie Adames, he walks. He's above average when it comes to walking, but Nola doesn't really walk anybody. So I expect him to get at bats here. And I think he goes yard. I took his home run on the books. So that and Brian Wu, I'm assuming you already dug way into this guy. So
yeah,
kid's stud. I won't waste any more of your time here. Since
what's your favorite of these two?
I feel like it'd be criminal for me not to say Willie Adames, right?
There we go. Willie Adames, what do you got in there? Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI?
Correct.
Hits, runs,
Does
RBI.
he have a total bases up yet? Because it wasn't up when I put in this PP.
Willie, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. That's all he's got.
For DMAC 1999, I do not pick it because I live in a legal state, so I can't track my plays there.
There you go, my friend. All right, we got people in queue. Couple plays, couple winners, and a little prize pick entry for a unit. Let's talk. All right, man. We'll talk to you. All right, we just had someone come in queue and then got out of there real quick. Mid-major's connection won't let him. Okay, StreamYard's not working for him. Well, first off, shout out Justin McKinnon for subbing. Remember, guys, we're doing the $50 giveaway at the end. $50 giveaway at the end. So we're going to pick from all the subs, right? So if you want to get into the giveaway and you want to be entered into the prize at the end, right? If I win the competition, I'm giving away two World Series tickets to a subscriber of this channel. And if I finish second, $500 cash prize. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, you want to just call him? Let's give him a shout. Give us a second. I have so many mats in my phone. Here you go.
What's up, handsome?
What's up, Beast? So there's going to be a lot of echo if I talk while you're talking. So I'm putting my phone near the mic, and you're just going to talk about your plays. You ready?
Yeah. My first play, actually, the first thing I want to say is I have an issue. Every single day that DJN comes on, you compliment his shirt. I think I have given the most plays on stream. Not once have I had a compliment of my shirt.
You haven't had great shirts. I call them as I see them.
I mean, I guess that's subjective, in the viewer's eyes. But if you need glasses, I suggest you get them checked out. You're young enough to catch it early, Peter. But I'm just saying, there's a weird correlation there. Anyways,
Justice McKinnon is saying mid shirts for mid mat, and that's not me. That's Justice McKinnon, sub of this channel.
That's a good goddamn comment, man. I don't have anything to refute that with. Well done, Justin McKinnon. Anyways, to my first play. It is This is pretty gross. I'm definitely going against the grain here. Mitch Keller at home. It's not really much a baseball play, Peter. It's more so of a line read, in my opinion. I know the guards just scored 11 yesterday, but I know people who have backed the guards recently, yourself included, their bullpen has been used and abused. And when it was used and abused, they've not been pitching well. They're actually one of the lowest. They have the highest, top 5 highest xFIP since the All-Star break. Obviously they only played the Rangers, so there's so much to be said about that. But when you include that with Mitch Keller opening a -110 favorite, essentially a pick 'em against Logan fucking Allen, who's a rookie pitcher, and you're putting Mitch Keller, the Pirates' best pitcher, at a pick 'em, that looks really funky to me. I know they just lost 11-0 at home, but I know lines are also dictated off of starting pitching. So for all that it doesn't make sense in my opinion. And for a total open at 8.5, I got to go to the over. I don't like Mitch Keller to have a great game. I think he pitches well enough, probably a quality start, 6 and 3 earned runs. I'm not a fan of this Pirates bullpen, and I do not like Logan Allen to pitch well on the road. His toughest split is what the Pirates are putting out today, is lefties on the road. So I just got to go against the grain here. I know all the money. I know the under looks sharp, but it's still juice to the over at -120, -125 on some books, and that's pretty telling to me. And I want to be on the side of these stubborn books and not wanting to move that line in the over. 3 units on it.
3-unit bomb on the over. Classic mid-major, just hammering plays. Let's go number 2.
Yeah, I mean, first off, so I would like to hear if you have time to give your thoughts really quick.
On that total?
Yeah.
So,
Mitch Keller at home has a very low price. What does that tell you?
yeah, for me, so what it tells me is I actually don't think the line is weird at all, because I think the Pirates are starting to fall into the bucket where they're closer to the Royals than I think a lot of people want to say. They're pulling up a lot of young guys like Jack, who's my co-host on the Just Baseball show. He's the voice of the AAA Indianapolis Indians. And he's saying our roster is just getting gutted, right? They're pulling up Endy Rodriguez. They put up Quinn Priester yesterday. If you look at the lineup, it's kind of similar to what the A's are doing, and they're just pulling up Tyler Soderstrom and Zach Geloff and a lot of these guys where they're just pulling up their young guys and kind of putting it, just kind of saying, you know what, the season's kind of over for us. That's what it looks like to me. So, but Mitch Keller has been one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. The Guardians are much better than they are. They just are a way better team. So what the line is telling me is that Mitch Keller is much better than Logan Allen, and the Pirates are at home. That's why it should be a pick 'em. And the Pirates are now -115, and that over 8.5 is still -115 on BetMGM. So, in my opinion, I think the line is where it should be. When I looked in this game, I didn't really see much value. I was like, yeah, that's probably what the line should be. Probably what the total should be, an 8.5 line. So I don't see like a sharp square angle to this game. I just think that's what the line should be, and you're going over. Now, I could be wrong, or not wrong. I'm not saying that like I love the over, I love the under. I just think if I were the books, I would cap the game where it is, and I would put the total where it is. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, I'm smarter than the books, and this is going over, but I do enjoy your input, sir.
There we go. Let's talk about the Mets.
Yeah, isn't that fucking gross, man? Isn't it just fucking nasty?
But at the same time, I was looking at this game, and I was like, yeah, the Mets are disgusting, but what, are the White Sox not? This just, and I was, it was even thinking last night, I was like, I kind of want to bet the Mets. And I was like, I feel like no matter what you play on this game, you're losing. Like, I think it might be the first tie in history.
Agreed, Peter. But now, let me ask you in recent memory, I mean, literally this weekend, what did the White Sox do? They went into Atlanta and won 2 games as plus 200 dogs against the Braves, everyone's shiny new fucking toy that loves offense, and yourself included.
I do love them. I do love them.
And the Mets, they lost to the Dodgers at home. Again, Dodgers are probably the second best team in the NL, so I don't put much against them. And Brett Beatty had that awful error in the 9th to put the game out of reach. But I really like the way they looked after. I know we've said it many times this season, but for some reason that last win against the Dodgers, going into extra innings and not allowing a single run in the 10th and to win on a walk-off, this seems like a changing of the tide for the Mets. And Carlos Carrasco, you can't look at any baseball site, any stat baseball-wise, that tells you he's a good pitcher this year. There's not a single one. There are many sites that will tell you Lucas Giolito is a very good pitcher this year in a lot of aspects. His changeup has looked really good this year, so is his slider. And yet, Carlos Carrasco opened a pick 'em, and with all that dog money on the road White Sox, on BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, the Mets line is what, Peter?
The Mets line, hold on, they're minus 135.
Exactly. So I got CLV and I fucking love it, so I can't lose. But no one is betting the Mets. Everyone got pissed off because the White Sox just lost all their money. And what I think is the White Sox just used the Brave series to show off all the pieces because they're blowing it up. You've talked on the Just Baseball podcast. They have to. They've had this core for over a year and a half now. They're not doing shit. They got to sell everybody. And I think this is the series where they start to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if Giolito gets pulled tonight because, for a random injury, but because he gets traded. But I this is the one series I think the Mets turn it around, and they pitch pretty well tonight. And at 8.5 with Lucas Giolito as the dog tells me that he does not pitch well tonight. And Carlos Carrasco does enough to where the Mets bats wake up and they take over the game.
Juiced over as well.
Exactly. And how do you juice it over if Giolito's a dog if he's going to pitch well? That doesn't correlate, does it, Peter?
Or maybe Carrasco doesn't pitch well. No, but I agree with you. I lean the Mets too.
I know that.
Favorite Prize Pick square of the day?
I unfortunately do not have one. I've been very occupied today, so that's my other one. Is you only talk about Ollie's Prize Picks and how he's the best person ever.
Because he is.
I don't get my. Okay, so I'm not gonna give you shit all. Figure it out yourself. Take Jerick McKinnon or whatever the fuck that guy's name was. Take his shirts and take his Prize Pick squares. Don't use mine.
You say Jerick McKinnon, running back over Justice McKinnon.
Yeah, Jet McKinnon. He blew up his knee twice in his NFL career. That guy sucks now. But he's subbed to the Jace Baseball show, so take that guy's Prize Pick square. He knows better than I do.
All right, maybe we will. All right, I appreciate it, my friend. We'll move on to Krabs right here. Who's going to give us a 17-unit whale.
If I could, I would do the same, but you fucking limited me. But good luck, everybody.
All right. Talk to you, brother.
Yeah.
I love Matt.
Justice McKinnon from the chat.
Justice McKinnon from the chat just says WTF. Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm such a moron, Cohen. I thought the thing was broken. I just had to flip the ear pads. All right, we got Krabs.
Padres money line 3 units.
Okay. What are we doing? The squad ride, Dodgers, and all you did was one play. I keep telling you, play your card, please. And you're playing 3 plays today.
I'm playing the card today.
You're good. You've been good this year, and you're just not playing your card.
Well, today I'm playing the card.
Okay.
All right, Jack, get ready for the fades. I got 3 of them, 3 units each. All right, you guys ready? If you've been fading these to scale, you're literally rich. You're rich. We can start.
Don't flash the leaderboard.
No, we're not flashing that.
Don't flash.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's start in Philly. Okay. Let's start in Philly with the first game. Philly's minus 1.5. They're winning this game by 3 or 4. The only reason I didn't take the team total was because I'm worried that maybe Nola pitches so well, the Phillies might not even need to score so many runs potentially. Okay, I see the Phillies winning this game by a couple. I think Tehran, the wheels are falling off the wagon. He's going to continue to regress. I've been waiting for this moment for months. We all were. This is ridiculous. He was not that guy, pal. He just was not that guy, and he's finally coming back to earth. Nola is a guy I want to buy stock in. The Phillies are a team I want to buy stock in because they're quietly winning games and starting to play better, just like they were last year. I think this is a fat money line with how both these teams have been playing recently, to be honest with you, though, because the Brewers have been playing well, too. But I think they're a fraud. I want to start fading this team down the stretch. Give me the Phillies on the run line, minus 1.5. They win this game big at home.
Kind of agree with you. The only issue is just dropped to plus 100.
Really?
But again, different books. You're going to hate this. I told you plus 100. I go back in to check if I was right. Now plus 110.
I bet.
But again,
what it is.
CLV is great. My under went from 7.5 minus 110. I am now seeing 7 at minus 110. Great. It's going over. Phillies are winning by 7. It's CLV. Like I was like, it's that ex-girlfriend that like you kind of love, but you kind of hate. And like you keep going back to her, but you hate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't give a hoot about CLV. Click the right button. Pick a winning team. All right.
Pick a winner.
I don't care about what time you get the bet in. Just pick a winning bet. Okay. That's a winner right there.
There's only so many buttons. One of them has to be right.
There's literally 2 buttons. You got to pick one. and one's right, one's wrong. It's crazy how many times you can pick the wrong one sometimes.
I know it's actually insane. It's
crazy.
Insane.
Let's
end with the Padres. Let's get to play number 2. Let's go Rays.
Play number 2. We're gonna go to Tampa and Texas. Give me the Rays. This one's gross. I loved what the Jen was saying. I caught the end of it. I think love the Rays and Bradley as this short of a dog against Eovaldi, the greatest pitcher of all time. Sure. The Rangers, greatest team of all time, I bet. Well, I'd take the Rays to figure out how to bounce back after that atrocious, embarrassing loss last night on a wild pitch. That can't happen. That's not Rays baseball. I guarantee you they bounce back today. The Rangers are not a winning ball club. I'm not scared of them one bit. Sure, their offense is stacked. It is. But Eovaldi's getting bumped down on Prize Picks, his fantasy score. It was already low. I'm buying stock in this Bradley kid who does have some nasty stuff. If you watched him, that's the kind of guy I want to buy into in spots like this, where the Rays are weirdly short of a dog here in the spot with how mad they've been playing and how pretty fucking good the Rangers have been playing, at least offensively. I think Bradley has the stuff to dominate at times and the stuff to get pulled in the third inning at times. Today is one of those times where he's going to be dealing based on this line. I like the way the total's moving. I don't think either pitcher is going to have to be lights out in this game because we're going to get runs from both sides. Also like the over. But I think the Rays pull this one out. I do. I think they even up the series between the two best teams in the AL. And I think they get a win on the road as a short dog with, great line movement and good splits.
Fair enough.
Sure.
This is a tough game for me. I was looking into it again, and I was like, I won on the Rangers yesterday on that pass ball, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to go back to it. I just kind of want to watch that game and see what happens.
Yeah.
Also, that game last night was just sick. Like, how sometimes we bet on, like, bad teams and, like, they're bad games, and it's not that fun to watch. But when you bet on, like, two good teams facing off against each other, you're like, this game's sick. I haven't watched a good baseball game in a while. I keep watching the Yankees.
Atmosphere.
I keep watching Yankees Angels.
Yeah, that's not playoff.
That's not playoffs.
That's not playoff atmosphere.
That's not playoffs.
Shit atmosphere is what that is.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
You'd be right. Justice McKinnon gifting subs. What a stud.
Atta baby. Let's go.
Let's talk Padres. I mean, this is just. Are you walking into one? I know you don't even like it.
I like it.
Okay.
Does it feel like a play I would take last year that would lose? Yeah, 100%. Do I love that everybody on earth pitched it today on Trent Stream? No, I don't love that. It'd be weird if I did. It's never a good sign, okay? But what I do love is fading Alek Manoah. This guy sucks. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even care what the lines are at. Fade Alek Manoah. You make money. And you know what? Musgrove has been a fucking beast recently. Him. Absolute beast. Tough start to the season. Was hurt. I think he started the season on the IL maybe even. Slow start for a couple months, but he's died. He's looking like 2022 Musgrove right now. That's the kind of guy I want to back, and I think he's going to absolutely shove today against the Blue Jays offense that is hot. And Javon hit the nail on the head on BTL. Like, this is not a team we want to be fading long-term down the stretch. We both think they're going to heat up in the second half, 100%. But today, against Musgrove with Manoah on the bump, and the Padres being minus 130 and continuing to move right in front of my eyes, they're even fatter of a favorite right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take the bait on that. And they're going to win. They're going to get it done on the roads. Musgrove is the better arm by far. It's not like I'm just betting on the Padres, in a nasty spot, a crummy team as a favorite. They do have the pitching advantage here, and it's not even close. It's not. The bullpen advantage, a little sauce, a little sketch. I wouldn't even give that an advantage at all. But Musgrove against Manoah, I mean, come on.
Why not Padres?
30, give me the ammo.
Why not Padres first 5? Just curious.
Why not Padres first 5? I don't know. I don't like sweating 5 innings. I like sweating 9 innings.
Fair. Just a lot of variance first 5. No, it's a fair answer. It is a fair answer.
The first 5 just as much as I love the full game. I don't think it's going to matter. I think there's going to be 15 runs in this game. I almost took the over as well. I think it's going to be not very close, a lot of runs, and I think it's going to be low stress. I really do.
3 plays, 3 winners. Favorite Prize Pick square. What are we looking at?
You're going to love my favorite Prize Pick square.
Okay.
You're going to love it. Musgrove, more than 2.5 earned runs. Yep. You heard that right. Yep. I'm not hedging, but I do think he gives up a couple. I don't think he's going to pitch a shutout. Okay. Look at the chart. Look at the chart. Look what he's been doing.
Can we share a screen?
If you can share the screen, pull up the chart. Okay.
Prize Picks. If you go
Yeah,
to
well, Prize Picks,
Musgrove, I'm no Tyler Wells fade.
I like Tyler
Taco.
Wells.
Taco.
I like Tyler Wells.
Taco.
I do.
Let's look it up.
W producer Cowan.
You're not fun. MUS. MUS. Go, producer, go. We got to get better at spelling.
Does Cohen not know ball?
MUSGR.
I think he's in the WNBA category, brother.
Oh, yeah, you're in the W. I mean, can we be better?
I mean, I'm down to get weird and send some of the squares, but I don't think that's what we're trying to do here.
Okay.
Yeah, there he is.
Now click on the upper left-hand corner of Musgrove on earn runs allowed.
Sure.
How are you on the Padres? How?
He hasn't allowed. Also, you can't get mad at me for not taking the squad ride yesterday and then taking the squad ride today.
True.
But he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in a start in 8 of his last 9. He is an absolute dog right now. Why is that up? Well, I'll tell you why it's up, because there's going to be 15 runs in this game at least, but the Padres are going to find a way to win it and pull it out late. Another reason why I don't like first 5.
Okay. I can get behind this. I can. This might be the best pick on stream so far for you.
I'm either going to look like the smartest guy in the room or the dumbest guy on the block. What else is new?
I'm leaning smart.
Let's run it.
You're going to hit your place today.
I'm feeling lucky today.
Producer Jones, give me to this. What do you got?
So what's his name? Richie Parlay wanted to see the leaderboard, so I just did a quick little thing for him real quick. But then also
look, Krabs isn't even on.
Yeah, that's a good looking leaderboard, honestly.
No, but really more important, Larry Beeman, can we get a crop? Can we crop a picture of Krabs and Aaron Judge's arms like a child too? Which we could kind of do that. Thank you, Twitter, but that's for the
someone replied to one of my tweets with that.
Under home runs, though, he's been hurt all year.
It's the best bet of all time. Shohei's about to break his record the next year. Nobody's going to remember Judge. He's not going to matter. Who's going to remember the guy who had glass bones, who was good for 1 year? Not me.
No,
he didn't even win a World Series. What did he do for the team, the city? Nothing. And he's destroying stadiums, historic ones at it too. Right field. I don't know if that stadium will ever recover. I don't.
I hope all of your bets lose tonight. But I'm taking Musgrove over 2.5 runs.
Well, you don't even have to hope it, brother. I pitched him on the string. They're already going.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you later. Keep killing it. All right, we'll talk to you later. Peace. All right. Where the hell is Milk? Next is Arm. Where is Arm? Arm Layton. Stop watching minor league baseball and get up here and pitch a Major League Baseball play. This is Krabs. LOL. Yeah, here's the actual leaderboard for the people. Justice McKinnon, you are such a beast. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. It's a pretty good looking leaderboard, kind of. Right? Kind of. We might have to remove Cam Is Money and KB from this. I mean, they're just not making enough picks. They're barely on stream. Love your stream. Love you too, Justice McKinnon, you beast. Thank you, my friend. Should we do what? Have you gotten a text from Arm? Or when's Javon supposed to even come up?
Javon comes on at last 6:05. We have pushed back 5 minutes.
Okay.
We are 1 minute away from Arm.
Oh, we are 1 minute away from Arm. Because I kind of want to do the giveaway.
We can do that. I can get that up soon. I gotta set it up.
Okay. He's going to set it up.
Tell him to subscribe now.
Yeah, if you guys want to be in the giveaway, we're putting all the subs in. So it's up to you. I'm losing my shit over Krabs taking that score with Padres money. I can't believe it either, Siege. I can't believe it. Peter, what are your thoughts on Orioles versus Dodgers? So it's funny. I bet I didn't bet. I thought about betting the Orioles today. Tyler Wells being the taco terrifies me. I will say that. Tyler Wells being the taco terrifies me. So I'm just not going to touch it because I lean the Orioles. Did he and Big Blue Whale Balls make peace? I don't think they ever made peace, Richie Parlay. I don't think Arm and Big Blue Whale Balls ever made peace. Well, we can ask him right here. Arm Layton, did you and Big Whale Blue Balls ever make peace, or is he still a hater?
I offered, bro. I offered. Send me the bet slip, and I will take care of whatever your unit size is. Didn't get a bet slip ever.
Isn't that shocking? The people who say I'm gonna fade, and then you say, "All right, I'll cover it if it loses," and they don't send the slip. Isn't that weird? That never happens.
No.
Morons. Let's get into your picks. What are you on today? Tucker sub.
Let's go. Thank you.
We're doing a $50 giveaway at the end. Do you hear why we're doing the giveaway?
No.
I'm giving away $50 of my own money. So I said yesterday, because mid-major Matt was like, Drew Smiley against lefties. He's been really, I think Hammer Candelario is actually going to go up lefty today because of Drew Smiley struggles. I'm like, he's a switch hitter. Like, no, he's not. And he's like, if he does, you have to give away $100 on stream. And I was like, sure, he's not gonna. And then he didn't, but he hit right-handed and he hit a home run in the first inning. And then all he wanted was like, you have to give away at least 50. And I was like, all right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought you were going to say he went up lefty. I was like, how did I miss that?
We'll do it after Javon. I'm just talking to Cohen about the giveaway. We'll do it after Javon, who comes on at 6:05. But let's get to Arm Layton's plays. Arm, what are we on today?
All right, we'll start with the Rangers money line.
A lot of Rays talk in here, but you're going with the Rangers.
Oh, is there a lot of Rays talk? Right? No way the Rays can lose 2 in a row, right? Is that what it is?
People are saying that Eovaldi being this short of a dog. I don't know if I fully agree with them, though. Like, I always ask, and I always want to know, like, Gino and I were talking about people like conspiracy theory betting. I'm like, what do you think the line should be? Like, should the Rangers be minus 160 at home against the Rays? Like, no, they shouldn't.
This is 2 of the best teams in baseball squaring off. Like, you're not going to get much more favored, I feel like, than minus 130. I feel like it's a pretty solid line there. I think it's pretty fair.
That's what it should be.
I just think there's a really high probability that the Rangers are going to win this one. And if you look at implied probability, I just still like where the Rangers are at. I think it could be minus 150. It's not, and that's why I like it. And I think a big reason why it's not is because the Rays are so damn good. So for me, this is Eovaldi, who double TJ guy. This is the most rested he's going to be all year. And I think that's going to work into his favor. I mean, he threw before the All-Star break, then he threw an inning in the All-Star break, then they skipped through him. So he's extremely rested. Taj Bradley on the other side, like, he's a phenomenal pitcher. He's going to be really good for a long time. He's going through some growing pains right now. And for a struggling pitcher on the road against one of the best lineups in baseball, why is that going to stop here? Like, I think this is going to be another tough one for Taj Bradley. I think it's going to be one of Eovaldi's better starts. And also, even if it's not, I like the Rangers' ability to keep up with the Rays. And I just feel like this is one where pitching matchup leans towards the Rangers. The lineups are obviously comparable. And then you have the Rangers at home. To me, it's a no-brainer at minus 135. I think you can get it at minus 130 now. I'm not sure where the line's moved.
Minus 130. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So that's pick 1. Pick 2.
2-unit bomb.
It's a 2-unit bomb. This is Marlins Cardinals over 8. And this is one where, okay, you have Edward Cabrera coming off the IL, where he hasn't really had any rehab appearances. They needed him so quickly that he's going to be like an opener, quote unquote. He typically struggles with command. This guy's been on the IL several times. Usually his first start off the IL, he battles with the command issues. But even if he doesn't, let's say he gives you 2-3 good innings, then they're going to kick it to a bullpen that's taxed, struggling right now. And they're just in a bad spot right now. They've depleted the bullpen over the last few days. They've used a lot of their good arms over the last couple of days. And I could see where they might need Johnny Cueto to bridge the gap today. They might need somebody else that is not great to bridge the gap. So I really
think Cueto's good?
I don't think he's very good. No.
Everyone says people are fading Martin Perez last year. People are fading Cal Quantrill. And I never really dipped my toes in the Martin Perez bucket. And Cal Quantrill is now, he owns half my apartment because he's earned it.
Yeah.
My guy who I got absolutely crushed by last year that I can never figure out was Johnny motherfucking Cueto. That is who killed me.
Yep. That guy exceeded every peripheral last year. And now it's welcome back to earth.
And it didn't even make sense. It's not like, oh, he's keeping the ball on the ground so much. He just always pitched well. And then when I faded him, when I took him, I was like, all right, here it is. Then he would get bumped. Just never could figure it out.
Yeah, one of those guys. Well, now you can just straight fade him. And the other side of it is the Marlins, their offense has been fine. They've been putting up runs and against this Cardinals team. They did last series. They've been scoring just fine in the last couple games. They get a left-hander. I know it's a good one in Montgomery, but they hit lefties much better. And I think this is an opportunity where, they'll be able to put up a few runs. But I think at 8 runs, the Cardinals might get there on their own. The offense is not an issue. We've talked about that. And the Marlins bullpen's already taxed. Edward Cabrera himself is a concern for me. There's a lot of different ways where the Cardinals can get to 5-6 runs. And I think the Marlins are going to get on the board. I mean, this Cardinals team pitching wise, we know how bad it is. Even if it's a bad offensive day for the Marlins, I think they put some runs up.
Fair enough. I like this play a lot. Let's go to play number 3.
This one, I think, already moved, so I don't know if it's still available.
You and I, lock and step, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. This is two of my guys, so I'm in on this.
Me too.
Seattle.
You've turned me into a Bailey Ober guy, honestly. The more I watch him, I'm like, you know what? He's just good. He's just very good. He's a guy who I think is always going to outperform peripherals.
He just gets outs guy, man, but happens to be 6'8". And then the other guy, 6'9". Sorry, I cheated him.
Yeah, you're cheating him.
Brian Wu on the other side, like this guy can throw, man. Like he's somebody that I think is always going to be underrated as well. And I think people are starting to come around to him. But Wu's a guy that I've loved as a prospect. In our top 100 update, he'll be middle of the pack there. And there's some days where he's a high IVB fastball guy, low release point, where you can maybe run into some struggles with the long ball. But I don't see it happening here. I think a team with big whiff in the Twins, they're going to struggle, with a guy like Brian Wu. I think it's a tough matchup for them. I think they're going to whiff a lot. And then on the other side, we get 2 offenses that are just kind of underwhelming of late. Ober is never going to make it easy on you. He's somebody that is not going to just hand you runs. He's not going to walk guys. He pitches to weak contact. He gets ground balls. And with Wu, it's high spin fastball. And then every once in a while he mixes in that heavy sinker. And it's just hard to get runs on him too. And these are 2 teams that just have not strung together hits and will need to get on the board. First 5 under 4 is crazy to me. I can't see a way where it's anything other than 2-2. Like I really feel like that's our worst case scenario here. 2 pitchers I really trust in this one. With 2 offenses I really don't trust. And that puts me at under 4 in the first 5.
You know what's so crazy? This line. So I bet it last night at 7.5 at -110. And the under 4.5 through the first 5 at -130. We started this stream at 7 and the over was -125. The under was +105. It is now 7 at -110 towards the under. And the first 5 is -130 at 4.
Ooh.
I love seeing the line movement. I just now don't even trust it. Like we beat the line. Great. Even Aram coming on late beat the line.
Yeah.
I love it, but I just don't trust CLV anymore.
Yeah,
J-Rod is out. Maybe did it move 20 cents because of that? It's a big move for a guy who hasn't been elite.
Yeah, for 7-17.
Someone who moves the line 20 cents, Jordan, Judge. Those guys move lines 20 cents. J-Rod doesn't move the line 20 cents. Like it'll probably move at 5 or 10 cents. 20 cents, that's a Jordan move.
Yeah.
That's like a Shohei move.
I feel good though. I like it. Like if that guy's out of the lineup,
it makes you feel better.
With him struggling, like he's still one of their guys. But I agree. I think there's some other things at hand. But I'm all the way in on the first 5. I think both are going to hit, but I like the first 5.
No, just a comment. The SQDL virgins love the full game over. What's an SQDL?
I have no idea.
SQ. It sounds like a chirp against us.
100%.
He's
probably right.
SQDL. I know what a virgin means. SQDL.
Right,
yeah, right about that. I don't know what SQ. Whatever. It's like the trends betters. Oh, yeah. I think I'm an SQDL virgin. They have a system of every trend bet. Yeah, I'm kind of an SQDL virgin. All right. 3 plays, 3 winners. That's it, right?
Yep. We're 3-0 in our last 3. Let's try to make it 6.
Favorite Prize Pick square. Let's hear it.
Ooh, favorite Prize Pick square. Can I go with the 640 start?
Yeah.
I like Yelich today. Yelich is always good against Aaron Nola. I love the way that Yelich has been swinging it. And I think this is just a day where he's going to go deep.
Yelich over 7.5 fantasy. Let's do it.
He's been swiping bags too. I love the fantasy score because, again, like even if he doesn't get it with the offense, he walks once or twice. He's been stealing bags left and right. So I think he's going to find a way to just put up fantasy points in this one.
I think he's finally healthy. All right, my friend. Good talking to you, and a couple winners for the people.
Yep, you too,
Talk
bro.
soon.
I see you getting hot. Don't let you eat up.
I have one bet. We need way more than that. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Peace, bro.
It's not Peter. It's the guys who say the Padres are 10 on a Friday. Yeah, that's not me. I was more just talking about the virgin part. Let's go to Javon. Another fellow SQDL virgin, maybe.
Yeah, I bet.
All right.
How do I sound?
A little grainy, but you're fine. I can hear you.
There, I can switch it up for a second. 1 second. Are we still drowning?
Oh, you sound great. You sound great.
Okay. There we go. How are we doing?
Doing great. I'm ready to hear your plays.
Beautiful. Let's kick it off. What do we got first?
Padres.
Yeah. You know I had to do it, right? You know I had to.
You didn't do it against the Tigers, which is good. I did it against the Tigers, and I got beat.
It was planned. It was planned because I was, that credit to the Jays. I mean, they brought him back at a pretty ideal time, obviously, against a struggling Tigers offense that would provide him some chances to get some whiffs, which he was really struggling with for a bit. Obviously, right in the command ship, of course, was primary there, but I didn't trust Tigers offense to do well against him. And I was kind of waiting. I was kind of hoping that he had a good start, not just for the purpose of, counting towards the season-long entry, because I think today is the final start that I need for that. But I was hoping that I would get everybody to buy back in on Manoah, which I can't say everybody's really doing that because a lot of people are on the Padres today, but I'm not really all that concerned. Because with Manoah, I mean, I watched that start, and I cannot tell you that I was the slightest bit impressed. I mean, he threw a lot of sinkers that hung over the middle of the plate against the Tigers, and they swung through him. He threw a lot of sliders that were really not all that competitive that the Tigers looked embarrassed on. So, not much really changed with me for how I view Alek Manoah just yet. I think he can continue to improve and kind of be slightly back, I guess, for the rest of the season. He's not going to be as bad as he was to start the year. But against the Padres today, certainly buying into their offense against Alek Manoah. They are the fourth best hitting sinker team in the league. A lot of those guys like Tatis up top, I think, are going to do very well. Even at the bottom, best sinker hitter on the team for whatever reason is Trent Grisham. So I'm hoping they can do stuff throughout the lineup today. And I think their patience is really going to be key too, because they do have the highest walk rate in the league. So that patient approach against Alek Manoah, of all people, if you make him attack the zone like they do to a lot of different pitchers, that's going to be trouble, even if they don't hit well with runners in scoring position, which has been their problem for God knows how long now. So I don't think he's going to pitch all that well. Musgrove scares me a little bit with a lot of the props, like Krabs was mentioning, the earned run square up and a couple things there. But I'm kind of with him. I see a lot of runs early and often from both sides here. I just think we're going to get to Manoah early and often enough to where it won't matter in the back end.
A lot of smart people I know are on the Padres, but I've not heard one single soul on the Blue Jays, which I get. And I'm not saying it's a bad pick. Did you watch the start versus the Tigers by chance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Front to back.
Looked better. I mean, and the windup looked quicker. I think he looked a little bit thinner.
Looked better in terms of I remember watching him first start of the year against the Cardinals. It's hard to be worse than he was for the majority of the beginning of the season, but it wasn't enough of an improvement that I saw to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm scared to fade this guy again.
I came away a little bit scared to fade him. I also was like, the Padres are the kings of just blowing it. They could get to Manoah. That's why I was like, I'm surprised nobody went Padres first 5. I'm surprised. And I get it. It's a variance there. I just was like, everyone really wants to play this downfall Padres bullpen. That's what we want to do. I'm not saying it's a bad play again, because they might just score so many off Manoah that it's like that. Remember that first game against the Phillies where it was 8-3? And it was just the Padres bullpen almost blew it, but it was so many runs it didn't matter. So I guess, I don't know. Just gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. But Not saying it's
fair
bad
enough.
pick.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I'm sticking with it. That's what
Pirates.
we got. Pirates next up. Obviously, you got a couple different
Jake
things.
Hazen.
Yeah. Oh, we do. Is he on guards?
Face off. He's on
There we
guards.
go. Well, yeah, I mean, we got a couple things at play here first. Situationally, like to fade teams coming off of double-digit run scoring performances, and you like to back teams getting shut out the day before. You got both of that with the Guardians winning 11-0 yesterday. I heard you talking about the line. I don't really necessarily think it's all that weird at all. It's kind of more of a baseball brain type play here. Logan Allen, a guy who is just coming up back from the minors now. I would assume due to the Shane Bieber injury, they're going to bring him back up to
That's exactly why.
innings here. Yeah. So, I mean, I was looking at that, and the whole reason that he got sent down in the first place was, I guess there was a couple of reasons. One of them was command. Really struggling in that department, which led him to walking more guys, like double the amount of guys that he did in his like first half of the season, and second half of the season he looked a little rough. So I'm kind of buying into that. That's not something that looked much improved in the minors. His walk rate was awfully similar against obviously inferior competition. So I don't think he's going to be able to give them much today. And especially like when you look at his outings, like last couple outings before he went to the minors, didn't get into the fifth inning once. You got a pitching out line that's at 15.5. Juice still creeping towards the under at -125. So I don't think he's going to go that long. And then mid-major Matt touched on it. Guardians bullpen's been handled since the break, and a lot of that was against the Rangers. So give them the benefit of the doubt against a good team. But even despite the luxury they had yesterday with not having to use high leverage arm, they've been taxed. And at this point, the way they've looked coming out of the break, they're not all that frightening. And it's tough to say against the Pirates bullpen that's obviously not that good either. But I am buying into it. And we talk about like Logan Allen against the Pirates bats. Like the Pirates have not been good against lefties. That's no secret. But the one pocket that I do bet them in is against pitchers that have been struggling with hard hit rate. And that's something that's also been climbing through the duration of his tenure in the big leagues. The Pirates still, last 30 days, sit 10th in hard hit rate against lefties, despite all of the other faults that they have in all these different categories. So I think they put up a crooked inning pretty early here on Logan Allen, and we get into the Guards bullpen and possibly not those top guys too. We get into like the 6th and 7th inning. So back in the bats.
Good shit. I like I said, I didn't see value on either side. I was like, this game probably should be -110, and that's what you got it at. And you're just like, I think the Pirates win, and I can respect that, especially coming from your big old baseball brain. Let's go to pick number 3.
Fair enough. Yeah, give me the Twins. Give me Bailey Obear bump day, which part of this honestly comes from just fading the public, because I'm on a very public play on the Padres, and I'm hoping the one that doesn't hit is everybody and their mother on Brian Wu today. But yeah, it feels awfully similar to yesterday's spot, which I did take the Mariners on with Logan Gilbert, who's my guy. Didn't pitch nearly as well as I thought he was going to, but luckily he came out with the win regardless. Now we come back in a very similar situation here. Yes, there's no J-Rod. Yes, there's no Buxton, which no Buxton, honestly, against Wu might help the Twins more than it hurts them.
Honestly.
But yeah, everybody loves Wu, and I get it because the Twins are very strikeout prone, as we've seen, but nobody really talked about the Mariners part of the equation. They're also
I took the under. I was like, the second highest is the Mariners.
Second highest is the Mariners, and I really like Wu, but this is another like little pocket of teams that strike out a lot, but they also hit the ball very hard. The Twins are also in the top 10 in hard hit rate on both sides of the plate, regardless of how much they strike out, and their worst split strikeout wise and whiff wise is against lefties. A lot of these, like somebody brought it up on Surgical Stream too, which was a really good pitch. A lot of these guys around this K line, right-handed pitchers lately, who everybody's been taking, haven't been hitting their K lines. It's been all the lefties that have been kind of the more public plays that they've been feasting on against the Twins bats. So I think they show up today. Another kind of underrated part of Wu is he really struggles against lefties. People don't talk about that a lot because he hasn't had to face too many of the big power lefties. And I'm not saying the Twins necessarily have that, but big difference. Right-handed batters hitting 122 against him, but left-handed batters 360. You look at all the isolated power numbers, and it's a big, drastic difference. And when I look at these kind of lower-scoring games for the Twins, it's the random guys like the Alex Kirilloffs, who's been seeing the ball pretty well. You can get a stray Joey Gallo bomb. Kepler also went yard yesterday. King Julian, one of my favorite guys to watch in the MLB right now. He's a lefty too, so they have guys in there. And my sneaky one of the day, mad that he doesn't have props up, but Matt Wallner, who's actually been seeing the ball too, that not many people know of, sitting in the DH spot in the middle of that lineup today. Watch out for him. So I think they can. Aaron was talking about the slight issues you can get in with the long ball with Wu at times due to the pitch arsenal that he throws. I think the Twins run into a couple today, especially from a couple of those lefties. So I think there's a reason why everybody's on Wu props and everybody's on the Mariners, and that line, if anything, has started to tick back if we're talking Wu props.
Plus 105 for the Twins now.
Well, that's J-Rod induced. I saw the lineup and watched it kind of move in front of my eyes, that and the total. So yeah, I'm cool with that. It's not really bad news that like really scares me off buying it. But
what I will say Twins, too, like people said, I was like during stream, I saw it go from 7 minus 125 like down to minus 110 in the first 500 crush too. J-Rod is great. He's not a 20-cent line mover. He's not.
Buxton too.
But yeah, I mean, he's not even. I don't even know how much he's moving the line too.
Well, maybe it's just both of them together. Both of them together probably make up a little bit of it. But yeah, it's definitely there's probably something else going on there too.
I think it's something. I don't know. Yeah. It's probably 15 cents of it. I would say of a 20-cent line move is because of them two combined. 5 cents because someone bet it that the books respect. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm hoping the Twins win 2-1. Why not us?
That'd be great. Or they just win 7-0 and call it a day.
Well, I need the first 500 too. So get them late.
Okay. They can 3-0 first 5, 7-0 full game. How about that?
6-0. So people who got in late get the 7.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We can do that.
Bailey over masterclass. Final prop of the day. What's your favorite?
Brian Wu under fantasy score.
Stop. I can't take it. I can't
take it.
In a game where I have the under, I can't take it. And Jake Hazen's also one of his favorites is the over.
Well, I mean, we can face off on that, but I'm just telling you what it is, Peter. I'm just telling you what it is.
Can you give me something else?
Initially, too. Well, let me say this first. Initially, too, what I thought was extremely weird about this, it got bumped down, but it got bumped down at the same exact time that his strikeouts initially got bumped up to 7. So I thought that was strange, first of all. And we talk about his fantasy score, too. Like, he's not like an Aaron Nola, where I don't think he's going to rack up the strikeouts that everybody thinks he's going to today. But B, he's only going to go 5 innings and all.
Did it get bumped down? I've seen 32.5 all day.
33.5 it opened at.
Huh. I guess when I was looking at it this morning, I saw 32.5 straight away. Huh.
Yeah, it was at 33.5 and got bumped down a point. Second, his Ks got bumped from 6.5 to 7, which they're back at 6.5 now because the odds have been going down over the course of the day. But I thought that was interesting. That walk square is very interesting too. So I was looking at that, and when they're putting up pitchers that are really on a roll, whether it's an elite name or kind of an emerging name like Brian Wu, and they put him up against an anemic offense, albeit the Twins 10th in walk rate against right-handed pitching, it usually tells you something. And for the Twins who have those lefties in that he's had a little more trouble pitching to, wouldn't be surprised if we get those walks pretty early as well.
So for everybody out there who didn't like the under, didn't want to play it at 7, didn't play the under at all, Javon makes a very good point. For me, who's on the under, I can't sweat out Brian Wu unders. I just can't. Or overwalks to him just suck. It's one of those things like Krabs gave Joe Musgrove over 2.5 runs as he's on the pod. I can't mentally do that. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think he's going to go out there and give up 5 necessarily. Like, that's my thing. It's like with Brian Wu, I think with.
Why don't we tail Bailey Ober instead?
Yeah, I like Bailey Ober's fantasy score if you want to take that.
I can take that. But I feel good about that.
You can take that. I just think the margin for error in Bailey Ober or for Brian Wu in this game is going to be pretty slim. So that's more so why I lean towards the under, even though I don't think he's going to go out there and give up 20 like hopefully Manoah does. I will have to say about the Rays slander that I came in and heard, got me sick. Taj Bradley's going to show up today. I'm just going to say that.
We'll see what happens.
I also took side note before I get out too. I was looking at I don't know if you've seen this on Twitter, the home run odds for that game because it is Dinger Tuesday for all those who celebrate. We got Taj Bradley, who's had a serious home run issue so far in the bigs on the mound. And then we got Eovaldi, who's thrown Cy Young caliber stuff earlier in the season, started to taper off a little bit. But out of all that, the high-power Rangers offense against Taj Bradley, who has really, really struggled on the road as of late, there's a Ray leading the home run odds. And it should be Rookie of the Year, Luke Rayleigh. So take that for what it is.
Well, it shouldn't be Rookie of the Year because you know what the Rays do. All they do is put him in spots that he can hit. And like, I think Jake Hazy sent me a tweet last night. He was like, "Who'd you rather have, Tatis or Rayleigh?" And like, send me their Savant page. I'm like, yes. Like Rayleigh, the Rays do a really good job. They put guys in positions to win. He doesn't play every day. So, producer Cohen, do we have Rayleigh? Because I still like to play. I'm just saying in general. Do we have Rayleigh props? Nothing up there.
We don't have much Rays stuff today. Sleeping.
That's what happens. Javon, keep killing it, my friend. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Let's do Ben's plays before. So he's on Arizona first 5 plus a half. Again, popular play on stream today is Taylor and Diamondbacks fading Bryce Elder. Tigers money line minus 140. Tarek Skubal. And then Texas Tampa Bay over 8.5. So he's on it. He's on it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a 9. And then one more. Toronto San Diego over 9. So we got a lot of conflicting plays. You got to ask yourself, what is your favorite? Before we do the giveaway, let's craft the prize picks entry. The problem is my favorite prop that I was going to give you guys today, because I just couldn't find one to pair him with. I really wanted to take Aaron Nola over 7 strikeouts. Yeah, but the problem is that we have 2 Brewers bats in this thing. What do you guys think I should do? People in chat, what should we do? Bailey Ober is one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. I think sports betting, I think he is the most underrated pitcher in baseball. You know what? I'm calling an audible. Calling an audible. I don't love the props that were given today. I got a bad feeling. What if it hits, though? It probably hits. We got Brewers bats. We got Taj Bradley over K's. I'm going to copy and paste these and put them in chat. So if you want to tail that, more than welcome. Because I tail all the community entries. I don't even know what my favorites would be from this. I really don't. Yeah, I like Bailey Ober over his fantasy. I'm going to stay away. Let's do the pick for the giveaway. But I want to make sure that everybody, because we have a spinner. It's not quite as entertaining as the Quacks, but we're going to click to spin. And I want to make sure that all the new subs got in. They are. All the new subs are in. Perfect. Let's spin this shit, ladies and gentlemen. What? Oh, yeah, let's share screen. So we got the spinner. Musgrove going to get rocked by Jays. I can see it. We're going to $50 giveaway. Let me hear some bangs. Let's spin this bitch. Spin this bitch. I'll DM them. I'll make sure they're DM'd. Well, I mean, if they are not here, I want to give it to someone who's here. So, it's a $50 giveaway that I shouldn't be doing anyway, because the thing with the giveaways is Jeimer Candelario hit lefty and he didn't, obviously. So I'm just still giving out $50 just because, I don't know, because I'm a good guy and I hit the Rangers last night and I'm feeling it. All right, so you got to be in chat. Right now, all right? Reroll if not here. That's a good point. Reroll if not here. Spin the shit, producer Cohen. Spin that. Oh! Who's the winner? JTD0824. Are you here? Oh, he better be here. He better be here. Oh, no. We might have to spin this shit one more time. Not here, re-roll. You got to be able to, you have to be one of our subscribers. I don't see him here. I don't see him here. JTD0824, though, I'll make it up for you on the back end. 1. Removed. Spin that shit again. JTD0824, I'll get you something. Okay. Oh, Alec! Please tell me you're here, Alec. Alex0706. Don't tell me Alec ate here. Don't tell me Alec ate here. Oh, no. No, Alec. Alec, we got to be better. I can't make it up for all the people who aren't here. We might have to spin that shit one more time. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, Alec. You got to be a sub of this channel. It's kind of too late. Spin that shit. No way that dude's here. I'm mega statistical. Is he here? So you're not here. Come on. Oh, no, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be here. I mean, you just got to be here. Oh. We might need to start just picking people from chat. No, but we'll try. How about this? We'll do 5 spins of subs. If all 5 are not here, we'll do a redo of people in chat. All right? We're going to do 2 more spins because I want to give it to a sub, right? Subs are supporting us. I want to support him or her. It's mostly dudes, though, that are in here. I know all you dudes. Just swamp ass. Let's see. Spin that shit. Oh. Tucker, you better be here, dude. Tucker. Stop. Who just subs and doesn't watch stream? It's like, here, take my money. I ain't watching, though. That's a negative. Oh, no. No, Tucker. Well, we can put him in name by name, right? All right, so we're going to do 1 more spin of subs. I just can't believe. Oh, Tucker! Tucker won! Bang! Tucker, thank you for subbing. $50 winner. Tucker, atta baby. Tucker, you won. Send me a DM on Twitter. I'm getting you paid, my friend. I'm getting you paid. You know what? Tucker is here. You know what? $25 giveaway with people in chat. Just cuz. Why not? Just cuz. Give us a bang in chat if you want to be entered in the $25 giveaway just for fun. Why not us? We could use some money, right? $25. $25. Oh, we got a lot of bags. Here you guys are. Nice to hear you never chat. Look at everybody. Now, let me get some free money. Now I'll talk. Yeah, thanks a lot. Look at the chat. Great. Yeah. Oh, Sea Lord, first time chat. Now you're in. How do I sub with Prime? I don't know. Just got to sub. Oh, a lot of banks. All right, let's get after it. Hold on. Producer Cohen's trying his best. All the names from chat. We got all of them. We're going to put them in the little spinner. Okay. Everyone ready? Little $25 giveaway. It worked. Okay. Do we got to refresh the thing, or how do we do that? We'll be good. All right, a little $25. So basically everyone in chat just got copy and pasted. We were able to do that. Producer Cohen, W Producer Cohen. W Producer Cohen. All right. One spin for all the marbles, and I swear all we did was copy and paste chat. If you don't come get your $25, I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right. So who was the guy who won the $50 one? The sub? Tucker. What is that? What is that show? Tucker. Oh, that's from Breaking Bad. Tucker. Remember? Drug dealers, remember? You don't remember? Tucker. Who remembers that? Look at how good everybody looks. Just to put your handsome people. Tucker. Tucker, I mean, just giving back to the community. You know what? 2 $25 spins. 2 of them. 2 of them. Throw it out. Bang it. 2 of them. Who do we got? KW585. Let me hear a bang. Tucker 285. Oh, wait. No, not Tucker 285. Tucker's on the mind. KW585. KW, please be in chat. Come on. We copy and paste it from chat. Oh, no, I have yet to see KW. Hey, bang, out a baby. All right, KW, shoot me a DM, and I'll get you paid $25. Spin that shit again, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing 2 $25 giveaways. Why not us? Take KW. Send me out. We're doing one more. I want to give back to the people because I love you guys. Spin that shit. Come on. Bing, 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 bing. Oh. No way. Tucker. No way. I mean, do we... You know what? Tucker, I'm giving you 75. We're doing this shit again. Fuck it. I love you guys. I'm giving Tucker 75, and then we're spinning it again. Giving away a lot of money. Spin that shit. Come on. What if it's Tucker again? Truck 808. Truck 808. Let me get a bang. Tucker, you're a goat. I'm giving you 75. Drock 808. $25. Where are you? Oh, Drock, I need to hear it. Drock 8. Yeah, I'm actually giving away this money. I love you guys. Wait, what?
You say they need Tucker's card because he's hot.
Yeah, we need Tucker's card. Oh, like his actual spin. Drock, don't tell me Drock left. Tell me Drock left. No, you're kidding me. What is going on? Do we want money? It's like I say on the Pikkit code. You can download it and draw at a baby. His actual... Stop asking for his credit card, you freaking psychopaths. Love you guys. Right? Let's go win some bets today. Why not us? All right, but if you won, make sure to send me the DM and don't try and scam me. I just gave away a bunch of money. I was supposed to give away $50. I ended up giving away $125. I don't care. We got it. W. Sherbert, GG's Pete. Let's keep rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Appreciate you guys. Again, can you drop the Pikkit link in chat? Download the Pikkit Sports app. Do me one favor. Click that link if you have yet to do it. And sync your sportsbook using code Peter to enter into the raffle. So if you missed out on the free giveaway, just enter in the raffle and you get paid. All right? There's the link. Click it. Best stream. Love you guys. All right? Giants just won, by the way. Reds bounce back. Love you guys. All right? Have a good rest of your day. Remember, DM me if you want any of the giveaways. Love y'all. Not gambling advice.